o'clock in the morning, finish at 11 at night.
And the rest of you, if you just rattle your jewelry.
Look quiet, men. Look quiet, men. Look quiet, men.
Take one.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Should we count down?
Okay, I count.
You do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to the very first episode of The Quarrelmen, where we rank Beatles albums from our least favorite song on an album to our most favorite song on an album. This is the very first episode, and we're here at the infamous Abbey Road studios in London. My band was on tour, and I heard a rumor that you can just kind of come in here and grab microphones and start talking. And it turns out it's true. So here we are recording our very first episode. I actually heard a podcast called Screw It. We're just going to talk about the Beatles that I like very much. And they recorded here. And I thought, oh, maybe someday I could do that. And here we are doing it. For those of you that don't know, I started a podcast with some friends of mine called We Will Rank You, where we do the very same thing. And thought, I'm going to want to do every Beatles album. And thought, who are my favorite friends that like the Beatles and who would I want to have on? And some of my favorite people, I'm going to start crying because I love you guys. I've got Richie Merrett and his sons, Frank and George Merrett here. Say hello, guys.
Hi, I'm
guys.
George.
Hi, Adam.
Who are you?
Hi.
Are you Rich?
Yeah, I'm Reg.
Yeah, and who are you over there?
Frank.
That is Frank.
I am George.
Okay,
Got my
again.
name for a second.
You have the same name as one of the guys in the Beatles.
I do.
You do?
I am George Paul. I'm a Beatle man.
Oh, is your middle name Paul?
Yes.
Yeah, you're pretty Beatle-y.
Beatles. Because of that man over there.
That's right. He must like the Beatles. He's literally dressed like George Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he take a lot of time to pick out his outfit? Do you know?
I don't know. I just thought I like my Beatles shirt.
He's been planning
my
it.
jeans.
It's like
Yeah.
He's been planning
I bought
it.
the whole George Harrison outfit from Pretty Green about 5 years ago and have been waiting for an excuse to wear it.
It's a pretty good excuse.
And I thought this was probably the best day that I could possibly get away with it. But got some strange looks at McDonald's on the way here. But,
As you do.
yeah.
Right? So, really quickly, I know Richie through weird power pop music circles on the internet from the late 90s, I suppose. And he guitar teched for our mutual friend, Jason Faulkner. And I met him for the first time in 1999, and we all hung out with these guys' mommy and him at Hyde Park in 99, and a lovely night. We've seen each other maybe 4 times in our life, or 5 times, if ever. So, and now I get to see his kids, which is awesome. Saw them 4 years ago, and it's been a while. And they were raised to be Beatle kids. So let's talk about that real quick. We'll start with Rich. Did your parents like the Beatles?
No, there was always music in my house growing up. My earliest memories of music are things like Pilot and the Carpenters and whatever my mum would listen to on the radio. But my mum worked for EMI Records in Hayes.
Wait, what's that? Is that a town?
Hayes, yeah. The thing I loved about it growing up was if you flip over a Beatles record, a UK Beatles record, it says Hayes, Middlesex on the back, which is where I was born, where I'm from, and where my mum worked.
So they were manufactured there?
Yeah,
Okay.
my mum was in, when I say my mum worked for EMI, it sounds like she was George Martin's kind of second in command. Right? No, she was in the manufacturing bit, but they used to have open days and things like that, so we'd go down there and I remember stealing the Take It Away Paul McCartney sleeve about a week before it came out.
It's okay, no one will ever hear this.
Yeah, but yeah, it's so no, they weren't big Beatles fans. They did see them in I think 64, 65.
Weren't big fans, but they saw them.
Dad hated it because he couldn't hear them. They screamed all the way through. That was at Hammersmith, I think it was.
This.
Yeah, just
then
like that.
pause
And then
They were seagulls.
yeah. But
Stick
the
them
thing,
up
what
there.
happened is because Mum worked at EMI, they had a staff shop, so used to get discounted records. So that's how I came about it. Because my mum's sister's husband, my uncle, was a massive Beatles fan, and so he would get his Beatles records from my mum because they were cheap. Nice. And that was the first time I saw the Red and the Blue album, and that kind of was my first kind of recollection of who were these guys.
Right.
But that was kind of it. I recognised them, and it wasn't really until John Lennon was shot that it all started to kind of sink in.
Yeah. What about you guys? Do your parents like the Beatles?
Yes.
I couldn't guess.
You could say that.
Yeah, a bit. Do you guys remember like your earliest them forcing you to like the Beatles memory? Like I saw a video of you guys at a Beatles tribute band concert, I think.
That was Frank.
Bootlegs.
Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah.
And how old were you?
I must have been like 2, 3.
Uh-huh.
I think my earliest like memory is like me being 2, listening to Yellow Submarine in the car.
No. The song?
Yes,
Yeah.
we
Not
all
the
live
album.
in
Right.
the Yellow
Yeah, he was into
Submarine.
psychedelia at age 2. So my dad liked them. He had a few of their records, the American versions. He did have Rubber Soul and Revolver, which was cool. Hard Day's Night and Meet the Beatles, earlier stuff, not quite as cool, but like still good.
Hard Day's Night is my favorite.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's a good
Isn't
one.
it? Do you guys call it Meet the Beatles?
Yeah, that Meet the Beatles. It had a lot of the songs that are on With the Beatles. So yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit. But yeah, the Our Hard Day's Night only had like a few songs, and then the soundtrack on the other side. So your Hard Day's Night is much better.
I think like didn't you guys release like a bunch of Beatles albums that the Beatles didn't release? It's just a compilation of songs.
There's a lot of compilations on
many
both sides of the pond. What about your memories of this album, Rich? Your earliest, I guess. Right.
Well, as I said previously,
I should say. What do you mean this album? We haven't even got to it.
yeah, okay.
I guess we didn't get to it. I'm kind of
Please
new at this.
Me.
Please Please Me is the album that we're going to be ranking.
Please,
I'll talk about the album a
please,
whole
oh,
bunch
yeah.
after we do this. But what are your first memories of this album?
Well, as I said previously, when after John Lennon got shot, it was like a light bulb moment for me in terms of, and it was the strangest thing. That Christmas in the UK, they showed a lot of Beatles films, and there was one called The Birth of the Beatles,
Oh, yeah.
which for any English listeners had Nick Cotton in from EastEnders playing George Harrison, and Nigel Havers as George Martin, and
Were they any good?
and it just covered the very, very early years, the Hamburg years, from what I remember, and a little bit of brief nudity, which as a 9-year-old made an impact. But yeah, I heard "Love Me Do" from that, and it was kind of like a light bulb moment for me.
Nice.
And that April, I went to stay with my mum's cousin Joanne up in Great Yarmouth, and on the way there on the coach, I got stung by a wasp on the lip. And when I turned up, I looked like I'd done about 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. And I think to cheer me up, she gave me her copy of Please Please Me, which I brought with me today. So that would have been 40 years ago.
Wow. Crazy.
And I just fell in love with it. It was, it was just like magic coming out of the speakers. And I think when you learn to play an instrument, you listen to records differently, because you hear there's the bass, there's a guitar, there's the drums, but before that you hear music and it just sounds like magic coming through the speakers. And to me, that was the album. It just sounded just like magic coming through. And then 6 years later, it was the first CD I ever owned when they released them all in 1987.
Right.
So, but I've just always been in love with that album.
Yeah, I gave Rich. I said, "Well, which album? If I did this podcast, which album would you choose?" And my thinking is, well, it's going to take me a while to be able to get this all together, because no one's going to want to pick Please Please Me, and then I'll work from there. And he says, "I would pick Please Please Me." And I said, "Oh no, I better call Abbey Road, and we better get George and Frank in here quick." So I don't really remember. I definitely, like, at some point in college, had to have every album, so I ended up getting this. I don't really have any memories before that. It's not quite as special to me. I pretty much heard every song on it somehow, and I don't know really how, because a lot of these songs weren't on the radio in America. But I would listen to, like, they'd have days where they'd play every Beatles song in alphabetical order on 4th of July, which is when America decided not to be British, basically. It's a very, very sad day for us. But I don't hold it quite as dear, but I do like it a lot. So you guys, when's the first time you remember knowing, like, okay, this is an album called Please Please Me, and you sort of knew maybe what songs were on it?
Well, I guess I'd already heard all of the songs. Basically, when I listened to the Beatles albums, there's probably like 2 songs that I hadn't heard. So when I was going through their discography, that's when I kind of listened to it and kind of didn't really give it too much thought. But because of this podcast, I've kind of
Listen
gone
to
over it a bit
Studied a
more,
bit.
kind of, and it's a very niche album, but
How so?
it's just, it's not Abbey Road, it's not Revolver, it's not
Sure.
Sgt. Pepper,
Yeah.
it's just...
Except it is quite good.
It's good. It's good. Not
Quite.
a bad song.
It's like a stepping stone in the way.
It's
How
very...
so? How so, young man?
I think it's like a stepping stone to say, "Hi, we're the Beatles. This is our stuff. If you like it, we might make some more."
And they would make some more.
Revolution 9.
Yes, exactly.
Number
And they would
nine.
make those records right almost where we're sitting, which is kind of
That's
crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's
It's
incredibly
probably
cool.
like a few feet away.
It's only a few feet away. You just went toilet, like right near where they recorded.
Yeah.
I don't want to give too much information. But your dad said that you guys have actually been outside of here before, yeah?
Yeah, I've taken them here a few times, and around the time of Beatles Rock Band and the first time it came out, the remasters in 2009, Frank was 2, and was he loved the Beatles, and we didn't have the heart to tell him that George and John were no longer with us. So, and we brought Frank to Abbey Road one snowy day, and I've got these fantastic photos of him outside in his pushchair by the wall with all the graffiti.
Yeah.
And he just burst out crying because he wanted to go inside and meet the Beatles because he thought that's where they lived, and he wanted to go in and he wanted to see them. But it was, I didn't have the heart to tell him, but I think he found out at school in the end that John and George were no longer with us, and I drove home from school one day with him and he went, "Dad, it's John and George." And I was like, "Oh, yes, son, they are."
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
That was the first time I took Frank here, but we've had a few trips since. I think we was up here a couple of years ago, and we did you always got to do the walk across the crossing, haven't you?
Yeah.
You always got to take a photo.
Yeah. Our tour manager refused to take our photo. Yeah, he didn't want to stop traffic. He's a driver. And he feels that we needed to respect all the taxis, so we did a photo of 4 out of 5 of us.
I have something really cool.
Yes.
When I went on holiday with Frank to Tenerife, it was very golden. It was a very golden day.
Okay.
And I listened to Please Please Me, and I thought I was like George Harrison on the plane going to like a place to play. I don't know.
Wow.
I saw her standing there or something.
Nice.
It's not even my favourite Beatles album by far, but it's just, now that I've got the chance to listen to it a bit more, I've kind of grown to appreciate it a bit more as an album and not just a collection of, 60s pop songs.
Yeah,
but what they did later, is far more experimental and far out, but it's just nice, just a collection of nice pop songs.
Right.
But I think listening to it again, I mean, I've listened to it 1,000 times, but I listened to it differently in the last week, knowing that we were coming here.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to like listen to an album.
Yeah.
We love doing it, so I'm glad you guys were nice enough to do this.
But it's really weird because none of us in this room were there at the time, and
I was.
But even then, for the time, there's still experimentation on there.
Yep.
It's albeit very innocent, but it's still pushing the boundaries on certain bits and pieces,
Right.
which was kind of a show of what was to come.
Yeah.
I definitely listened to it differently in the last week. A record that I've heard 1,000 times, but listened to it differently this week. I was really
interesting.
surprised by my ranking.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. We'll talk about it. Let me just talk a little bit about the album. Most people who are listening to this probably know everything about it, so I don't need to take too much time. But as you guys know, the Beatles were a 6-piece band from Trenton, New Jersey, right? They came out in 1864. Correct me if I'm wrong on anything, because you guys know. No? What?
They were known as the Fab Four. They started as the Quarrelmen, I think, in 1950s.
Yes,
but
true.
Ringo joined 1960, and they changed their name to the Beatles in 1962. And then they released...
Just reciting Anthology.
Oh my
I recited Anthology.
Amazing. I should say that we are very lucky to have Chris and Joe as our George Martin today. Chris worked on the audio for Beatles Anthology and Rock Band and the show Love. So we will sound exactly like the Beatles.
Yes, we are the Beatles. I'm going to sound like George Harrison.
Pretty much. All right, so here's the deal. They are a band. They put out a single. It does okay. Then they put out another single, and it goes to number 1.
Love Me Do and Hold My Hand.
Oh my gosh. Close. Love Me Do was the first one. So the second one was the name of this album, which is?
Please Please Me.
Right. So that one goes to number 1, and the label says, hey, okay, you can make a whole album. So they come here, not in this room, but over there where we just were, on February 11th, 1963. They're here for 13 hours. I will be here for 10 hours, so not as cool as the Beatles today. They recorded 10 songs that day. They'd already recorded 4, so they came here, did 10 more. They made it an album. The whole day session cost them approximately £400. The equivalent in today's dollars would be about $8,400, which is more than I'm paying to do this. George Martin really wanted them to call this album Off the Beatle Track.
Yeah.
And take the photo at the zoo because he had some connection to the zoo. And they said...
They were having none of it. They were like...
I like zoos.
I like zoos too. You know, I'm from San Diego, and apparently there's a zoo there.
Isn't San Diego Zoo?
It's fairly famous.
I don't think I've been to a zoo. I think
You are going to come visit me someday. We're going to go to the zoo, and you'll say...
I've been to the zoo.
Oh,
A
cool.
London Zoo?
I
London
think
Zoo.
so.
No.
The San Diego Zoo is the Pet Sound Zoo.
Oh, right. Yeah. I went to school right across the fence from Pet Sounds. I can't believe it.
Why are we talking about zoos?
I don't know. What happened here? We're so distracted. So on March 22nd, 1963, out comes Please Please Me. In America, some of those songs were on Introducing the Beatles, which came out in 1964, and then Capitol Records released The Early Beatles in 1965 after they'd become crazy big stars. The picture is on the front cover is the stairwell inside EMI's London headquarters in Manchester Square. The photographer's name is Angus McBean. He took it lying on his back, aimed up at the Beatles, and
Didn't they recreate it? Yeah, they recreated it. I've seen a bunch of people recreate it.
right.
Nirvana.
Yeah,
Nirvana did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blur did it, or as
they
you say
did.
in this country,
Blur.
Blur. So yeah, 1969, they got the same guy to lie on his back again, but this time they had beards. Right?
The bears reached down to him. It's like
Pretty much.
Rapunzel.
It was very Rapunzel. Yes,
Rapunzel,
quite.
Rapunzel, let down your beard.
So that picture ended up on the cover of Please Please Me, and years later, it was on the cover of what we call the Red Album, which was like their greatest hits for the early stuff, and then the Beards was the Blue Album, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we've got 8 originals that they wrote, 6 covers. We'll talk about that a bit. They also recovered Hold Me Tight and thought, we'll save it for later. So that's everything. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go around and talk about, we're going to rank. We're going to count down, which is, for me, my favorite way to do it. We do it a couple different ways on my other podcast.
Like we do it from least favorite to favorite.
Correct. So we're going to start with number 14, and you weren't here, but I let the kids decide which order we're going to. And they said from oldest to youngest, which means
Dad,
you're going to go first.
You're going first.
I just realized I didn't put numbers on mine. So while you're talking, I'm going to put numbers on mine.
And then,
I think.
Then Adam's going, and then Frank's going, and then I'm going.
Right.
Okie dokie.
Because he's older than me, and I'm older than you. How old are you, Frank?
14.
And how old are you, George?
10.
10. This 10-year-old knows everything about the Beatles.
I had a very big Beatles phase, and I'm now in a very big Beatles phase again.
Yeah.
Except Nirvana.
Yeah.
Nirvana
Let's talk about Nirvana for a while.
Yes.
No. I like them fine, but we've been talking about them for an hour. Let's hear it, Rich. Number 14.
Like I said earlier on, very surprised once I started ranking them because I would never have thought this was number 14, but my number 14 is Misery.
Misery.
The world is treating me bad. Misery. I'm the kind of guy who never used to cry. The world is treating me bad. Misery.
Why is that?
literally because I was sitting there and stacking them and just going, nope, prefer that, don't prefer that. And it just fell to the bottom of my list. And yeah, it's strange because I've covered it before in bands, so I must have liked it. But it just... I'm 50 now and it didn't really grab me anymore. I still love the little piano bit. Yeah. I still love that because there's certain instruments and certain vocals on the album that sound nothing like today. And the piano on Misery, I mean, it was done here. I'm sure it was done on a piano that may even still be in this building. But nothing
Dad, you're going to hate my list.
Well, we'll get to you.
No spoilers, no spoilers, young man.
So yeah, I mean, I know Kenny Lynch covered it.
You've been treating me bad, Misery.
It was like the first ever Beatles cover, which I found quite odd because
interesting.
And a bit of Kenny Lynch triv. It's the most expensive single I've ever bought.
Wow.
Kenny Lynch
Doing Misery.
How much?
70 quid.
70 quid for a single.
I used to have lots of money back then, silly money. But yeah, it was the first. From what I mean, people might know more than me, but I'm pretty sure that was the first ever Beatles cover. Kenny Lynch, Misery. But number 14 from me.
All right. Well, guess what? I'm going next. I agree with your father at number 14, Misery. I did not think this was going to be so low either, because one of the first bootlegs I ever had, for some reason, I had a bunch of them doing outtakes of this, and it's really funny to hear them messing it up and cracking each other up.
I've lost her now for sure. She won't come back no more. It's gonna be dry. I won't see her no more. Yeah, I won't see her no more. I could see out the corner of my eyes.
I love this, and then
You
when I
heard the
listened to it,
actual
I was
thing.
like, what is that piano? What? No on that piano. You guys like that piano? I don't like that piano. It's okay. And some of the words are pretty not that. Okay. Now look, guys, this is the hardest part of doing this podcast because we're talking about an album that we love and we have to talk bad about the songs that are at the bottom, at least a little bit. But it's really, really hard when you're doing it in Abbey Road Studios where they recorded it. And I feel terrible saying that some of the lyrics on that weren't that great.
Ghost of John trying to haunt you.
Yeah, we were saying that
Inside
the
the
ghost
studio.
of
He's just
John
like-
is here.
Why don't you like my album?
It's going to be a drag. I mean, come on.
Let's go.
They got better. They got much better. So, number 14, Frank, what's yours?
I'm gonna have to agree with you guys.
Wow.
I can't lie. It's all right. It's just
It's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, shrug. Fair enough.
it's kind of mid. It's just there. It's not filler. It's okay.
Okay.
Mine,
We accept your apology. George?
Mine is A Taste of Honey.
Oh.
I don't really like A Taste of Honey.
Do you like A Taste of Honey in real life? Like
Yes.
You do. You like A Taste of Honey.
I had it with my coffee every morning.
You drink coffee?
Yeah.
As a kid.
I was sitting with my coffee every morning.
Okay.
Chef's kiss. Perfect.
Taste of Honey's not doing it for you.
No?
Taste of honey.
It kind of sounds like a cowboy song, which I love cowboy songs.
sure.
But it's just
I
kind of
just-
like there.
Okay.
I imagine like Clint Eastwood, kind of like riding down a hill on a horse,
yeah.
just kind of
Clip clopping.
bobbing over.
I like the dun dun do 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 do. I like that part.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I think it's going pretty good.
Yeah.
I think we have a really cool podcast here.
yeah.
All right.
Perhaps.
What's next?
Well, we're on to number 5.
Ooh, it's the good stuff.
Here we go. I mean, considering it's one of my favourite albums, there's not going to be no negativity from me for these songs. I love them all.
Yeah.
Lots and lots. Number 5, Please Please Me.
Last night I said these words to my girl. I know you never even tried, girl.
Yeah, I talked about harmonies earlier on and how I thought that Beatles' voices just sounded amazing. I didn't realise they were all singing different things at once. But Please Please Me was the first song where I actually could hear the harmony, and the harmony is just one note that sits above, stays on the top.
Yeah.
E, I think it is. Last night I said these words to my girl.
You taught that to us.
I did, yeah. I did.
In homeschool.
Yeah, homeschooling during COVID. You learn all the good things.
Like we had a little music lesson every once in a while.
We did.
Just teaching us about like the Beatles, like the "You don't need me to show the way." Love.
Yeah, it's an interesting harmony, that kind of monotone.
Yeah,
the harmonies that they do, it's like, well, it's not Beach Boys harmonies, but it's like, it's quite clever the way it all kind of comes together.
Yeah, that shouldn't work, should it? That one note sitting at the top, but it kind of does.
It's like it's just like four guys really good at singing, really good at instruments.
But what I like about the Beatles is that they're not.
I mean, not really.
Technical,
but like,
you know.
Dad's like, can I talk, please? It's my turn.
Yes.
But yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, no, I do really like it, and I think as a second single, it's amazing. And I know like there's lots of talk of was it number one, was it number two, depending on the different charts that you hear. But I think for around that time, it must have been a very exciting record because this is the start of sort of Mersey Beat, isn't it? So before that, there was sort of Cliff, wasn't there, and things like that. Sure. And I mean, there was the occasional incredible song like Johnny Kidd and the Pirates Shaking All Over or something like that. Occasionally you get the guitar excitement from certain singles, but I think Please Please Me must have exploded at the radio. I just think it's an amazing song.
Agree. My number 5 is There's a Place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's another one that was on this tape I had when I was a kid, and there's all these outtakes of them trying to get it right that are fantastic.
Take 3. Take 4.
I've seen a bunch of outtakes of stuff.
Yeah, those are fun, right?
Yeah.
There weren't a whole bunch for this album, but a few songs that like all the takes have leaked out. If I remember right. But it's like upbeat, but it's also kind of minor key and forlorn a little bit, which is a really interesting combo because it definitely like is snappy, it rocks, but it's also a little bit sad, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. It's a little bit content-wise, like In My Room by the Beach Boys. Like, I bet you had the same idea. I never noticed that before, but sure, we have our little place that we like to go to. I was a pretty happy kid, so I didn't need a special place. I just had my buds, but whatever. Yeah, good one. Nice one. That's my number 5.
It's my turn, isn't it?
What's yours?
Your number 5.
A Taste of Honey.
Uh-huh.
Tasting much sweeter than mine.
A taste of honey, tasting much sweeter than wine. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. I dream on your first kiss, and then I feel upon my lips again.
Have you had much wine?
Do.
Have you had any wine?
Yeah, is that with his coffee?
Not that I can say on this podcast, but
I've had a sip of my mum's wine.
Yes.
It doesn't taste good. I don't know how people say, oh yes, wine tastes amazing. No, it doesn't.
Overrated.
It tastes like
agreed.
doo-doo caca.
Oh my gosh, the language. You should try in America we have a soda called sangria. It's like a soda version of this wine drink, and it's actually really good. It's probably to prep adults for getting anyway. All right, so what are we on?
No, I just did Please Please Me at number 5.
And I did There's a Place at number 5, and Frank just did Taste of Honey at number 5, and George is going to...
Boy.
I've been told when a boy kisses a girl, take a trip around the world. Hey.
I like it. I kind of like very like fast slice things, I guess.
Yeah.
But I like very slow things as well. I like very medium things. I like anything most. Unless
Way to narrow it down.
I like how Ringo's open kind of hi-hat thing where it's like
Splashy.
yeah. And I kind of like when like when he does that in an early record, you know it's gonna be a banger.
You know what we haven't talked about in that song?
Yeah.
Bop, shoo, bop.
Bop, bop, shoo, bop,
That part's awesome.
hey,
I like
bop,
that.
shoo, bop. Well,
Probably
she
the best
said
part
you
of the song.
do.
Yeah,
my
probably. It's a
opinion.
good one.
Wow.
Yeah. What we
So
doing?
we're on number 4. You said you were going to talk about it earlier. Just quickly, American releases.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Because obviously we had Please Please Me,
Right.
and I think once the CDs came out, it became, I only know about this word recently, but canon, if you like.
Yeah,
I think everybody
yeah.
just kind of standardized everything with the UK releases when the CDs came out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you must, even when you earlier on when you was talking about Rubber Soul and things like that, you had a different Rubber Soul. And,
I mean, this one my dad didn't have, so I don't have that weird variation of like, oh wait, this song comes next. Like your brain pictures certain songs in a certain order. So with this one, I don't have that kind of attachment. But yeah, Rubber Soul, especially Revolver, were pretty much some of the very, very best songs on that album weren't on the American. So, and Your Birkin saying I'm Only Sleeping and Dr. Robert, 3 of the best are all not on it. So anyway,
Yeah.
different podcast, but yes.
Yeah, no, just I'm always interested with things like that. And I always buy them when I'm in America because they've got great covers. But
Yeah, I don't really know. For having grown up in America, there's like 6 or 7 that came out before Rubber Soul because they kind of spread them out as much as they could to make as much money. And I couldn't tell you where a lot of those songs ended
you just
up.
know them now
I know the
as the UK.
CDs, which is
Yeah.
which is the British release.
Yeah. Okay, so we are on number 4.
Yes, top 4.
It was going to be higher until probably today when I finalised it. But number 4, Taste of Honey.
Ah, get 'em.
I think this is probably a guilty pleasure. I think from this album because I don't think it's rated that highly from a lot of people. But
Yeah.
I just. The echo on Paul's voice on the "I Will Return" to me, it's just beautiful. And I mean, I don't know what they used to get that otherworldly kind of echo. I mean, it was done in the room next door.
I'm pretty sure that Chris and Joe are putting it on your voice right now, I hope, but maybe not. We'll find out later.
I just think that is, I don't know, it's just beautiful. I mean, them records, them early 60s records like Johnny Remember Me and things like that have all got this wonderful kind of echo which doesn't sound like
A little spectre-y.
Yeah, it's just warm and it just sounds like it's coming from a completely different place. And they put it on the "I Will Return" bit of A Taste of Honey, and I just love it.
Yeah,
absolutely love
good.
it.
It is a little bit of production, and there's not a whole lot of it. Like you said, it's a lot like just going to see him at the Cavern, but there's a couple little times where they do stuff, and it's kind of neat. My number 4 is Anna. I forgot this is a cover for some reason. I thought this was theirs.
Was this a cover?
Yeah, Arthur Alexander was the American singer's name that did it.
Anna, you coming as a mean girl to set you free, girl.
Funny, possibly part of the reason why I love it so much is there's an American musician named John Bryan who is a multi-instrumentalist, and he was in a band with our friend Jason called The Grays, and then he did a lot of soundtrack stuff. He had a TV show for a minute because he does these incredible one-man shows, and he has all of his friends come on and play with them, and he has a lot of famous friends. And so they filmed a TV show, and it never came out. But there's a bit where he's doing Anna and Ricky Lee Jones is singing with him, and it's the cutest thing ever.
And I'd have my Barbie doll, and I'd pretend the Beatles were playing on the stage, and John would start to sing, Anna, and the Barbie would be walking, come and ask me, girl. She'd stand there in the aisle, to set you free, girl. She's watching him. You say he loves you more than me, so I will set you free. Go with him. She walks back down the aisle.
Also, I love this British band called Ride. I don't know if you guys know them.
Yeah, Ride.
And they have a song called Leave Them All Behind. And somebody made a mashup of Anna with this Ride song. And it's maybe my favorite one of all time. It's incredible to hear John Lennon singing over this.
Anna, you come and ask me, girl, to set you free, girl. You say he loves you more than me, so I will set you free. Go with him. Go with him.
Well, it's funny you say that because it's almost like proto shoegaze, I guess you could say, because a lot of this album it's quite like dreamy and it's quite maybe more dream pop than shoegaze, but it's
just
quite
add some fuzz to it. Just add some fuzz.
It's very
reverb,
dreamy and
might be
surreal
shoegaze.
and just so
this is
fun,
very
it's
like
funny as ride.
Yeah, it's very like
bands.
Clinky kind of.
Yeah,
it's good.
Very spacey, I guess.
It's got a cool rhythm to it, and it's one of those. There's a few of those early ones where it gets to the bridge or the middle eight, whatever you call it here, and John takes it up a notch. Like This Boy would be the ultimate, where he goes to this like really great place with his voice. But in this one, all of my life, I've been searching, and like so good. Yeah, so you have to sing the rest when you hear it because it's so good. So that's my number 4. What's yours, Frank?
Oh, I was about to check, but I think I already know.
Oh, did you memorize it? Amazing.
I think it might be Ask Me Why.
That's high.
I love you, cause you tell me things I want to know. And it's true, that it really only goes to show that I know that I...
Good song.
Yeah.
I really like the vocals, obviously. You know, instruments sound great. It's just a classic Beatles song. Yeah, it's just really lush production as well, and I kind of wish that they did more of that kind of later on, but there's just this kind of little period of Beatles where they just do little kind of songs like that, and you don't really get that kind of quality on their other albums, but you know, it's just nice little songs and that. Yeah.
Good one.
Mine is Love Me Do.
Ooh.
Love me do.
I like it.
It's funny because the entire trip we've all been saying I like it, and it reminds me of that song. Is it Freddie and the Dreamers? I like it.
Jerry the Pacemakers.
Jerry the Pacemakers.
Yeah.
Sorry. And I want to keep singing it, but none of my bandmates know it, so I feel I can do it in front of you.
I like it.
Why do you like it? Yeah.
I really like the harmonica, and I just think it's very iconic for me.
True.
Like, if I just hear a little bit of, like, if I just hear like 2 seconds of it, I can already know it's Love Me Do. Love Me Do.
Nice one. All right.
We're getting into the top 3 now.
Top 3.
The holy trinity of goodness.
Here we go.
Ready.
Number 3 for me, Do You Want to Know a Secret?
What? I thought that song was dumb but catchy.
No.
I love it for lots of reasons. I love it because what Frank said earlier on is that we used to do it quite a lot on Rock Band because I could actually reach the notes on that one. It was kind of a big song when I was little because we had, I don't know if you had this, Adam, in America, we had something called Stars on 45.
Oh my gosh.
Did you have that?
Oh, did we have it?
You had Stars on 45.
Yeah, and I cannot recommend for you out in Podcast Land, look up Stars on 45 live. There was a stage show that is the weirdest, cheesiest, craziest thing ever. I
didn't know they did live.
Neither did I, and I found it on VHS and had to buy copies for me, my future girlfriend, and a couple other people because I was like, it's amazing. It's cheesy and great.
But yeah, they did a Beatles medley.
That's it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. But explain what it is for people who know
Stars on 45. I don't know whether you had Jive Bunny. I don't know whether you had
I know that too. But
yeah,
but if you've never heard it, explain.
If you've never heard it, it's a medley set to. So you got the same drum beat running through the whole thing.
Right. It's almost a disco beat.
Yeah, like a almost disco beat, and then over the top. If it's a Beatles Stars on 45, for example, you might get 10 or 12 Beatles songs, not the originals. It'll be a covers band playing them, trying to sound like them as much as they can, and then literally going, you get a chorus, and then you go into, so it might be, Do You Want to Know a Secret, into Drive My Car, into, all with the same beat. And it was really big in the early 80s in this country, and Do You Want to Know a Secret was part of the Beatles medley.
Listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Oh,
It would have been around the same time as I got the first Beatles album, and also around that time I was discovering like Mersey Beat, and I think Billy J. Kramer might have done a version. So yeah, it was kind of a big song when I was about 10, a really big song, and I still really like it. And I love George's vocal, and I love the dramatic intro of the "We'll never know how much I
that is a
really love
great
you."
intro.
Dad.
Okay, we'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll definitely
Dad.
give you that. Yeah.
I think we have the same.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. So yeah, my number 3. Do You Want to Know a Secret?
Well done. God, see, do you hear me? I keep doing British. I keep talking like you guys.
I'm gonna start going like
right. Nice one.
soccer,
Yeah, I
You're
love it.
turning from soccer to
aluminium.
I'm talking
Oh, wait, no, that's us.
Controversy.
Aluminum.
All right. My number 3, title track, Please Please Me. Yeah, really good, really iconic. Love like the energy of it.
yeah.
I can't remember where there's some live version of it, like on a TV show, maybe for something. And just the look on his face when he's singing "Come On," like he has this face like "Come on, let's have it, come on, like bring it on," you know?
Come on,
Right?
Come on.
And then
come on.
the ending is
yeah.
really good.
Yes.
Like it just builds and builds. Woo, and over the end, it's like it really brings it home. But yeah, it's interesting. I forgot about that early version that they supposedly did, but never recorded. Of like
the
it was
Roy
more Roy
Orbison.
Orbison-y. And I said, because the internet is the internet, I'm like, someone's done it. And I typed it into YouTube, and sure enough, there's somebody kind of singing it like maybe they had originally done it.
God bless the internet.
It's on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's my 3. What about you, Frank?
Twist and Shout.
That was a good one.
It's very raw. It's very powerful. It's very raspy. And yeah, when the Beatles cover your song, it's not your song anymore. Like you were saying, you've probably listened to it too much, but it's still up there for me. Yeah.
Mine is Do You Want to Know a Secret? Because I like George Harrison's voice on it, and I like this start where it's like, "You'll never know how much I really love you."
you'll never know how much I really care.
Yeah, I really like it, and also I play it to my cat, and he liked it. So
Wait, is that your cat's favorite song on this album?
I think so. Because when I searched it up, because I heard about it, the podcast, I actually did my full ranking like a few days later, but I was listening to some of the songs, and I played Do You Want to Know a Secret, and my cat was in the room, and the cat came to check what was going on. Yeah, Mojo likes it.
Maybe he's a Please Please Me fan.
That's funny.
My cat is the very big
We're on the big number 2 now.
Number
Big
2.
number 2.
Oh, we're
Boy.
getting
I'm going to start doing drum rolls. Can you hear it?
A bit.
to the people at home.
Nice.
Number 2 from me. I saw her standing there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, she was just 17. You know what I mean. And the way she looked was way beyond compare. So how could I dance with another? Oh, and I saw her standing there.
I think I'm surprised it didn't make it to number 1, but it's pretty close. I just think it's one of the best starts to an album ever. I just think the minute you hear that 1, 2, 3, 4, you know something amazing is about to happen. Yeah, and I mean, it must have sounded amazing at the time, but in hindsight, you listen to it now and you hear that 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's almost like this is the start of something amazing. You know,
Yeah.
you don't know what, you know, this is stuff's going to knock you off your feet for the next 7
Knock your
years.
socks off.
Exactly. Yeah. and it's like we were saying earlier on, it's a basic album, but there's intricate bits. And as a bass player, not a very good one, but as a bass player,
Wait, what's the name of your band?
Modern Nation. Coming to a town near you.
That's
very
right.
soon.
Playing at Butland soon.
Yeah. I just cannot understand how you can play that bass and sing at the same time. It's just insane.
It is insane.
It's
I made a note of that as well. It is to watch him do it. Then, now, it's like...
You've just got to be able to cut your brain in half and sing with one half and play with the other half, because it's just impossible. I couldn't never, ever do that. And I just wish he'd drop it down a key now when he does it. But, you know, he is what he is, and I love him to bits. And I just think it's an incredible song. And we've all heard the story of she was just 17, never been a beauty queen, and, you know, all them lovely McCartney stories that we've heard 1,000 times, but we still listen to them.
Yeah.
Like when he went outside trying to hide, not being himself, and then his dad said, "Oh, you poor, you forgot something." Then all the fans rushed him.
That's right. Yeah, that's it. That did happen. I just think it's a brilliant song. And I think albums, sequencing of album songs is really important, and I can't imagine this album starting with anything else but that. And I just think it's an amazing performance and an amazing song, and George Martin must at this point be thinking, hang on, we're onto something here. And yeah, a very, very worthy number 2, very close to being my number 1, but just not there.
Twist and Shout is my number 2. Yeah, I wasn't sure how this one was going to go. We talk about it almost every time we've recorded a podcast. The one that you've heard so many times, and you think, it's going to be way down at the bottom. But then you start listening and go, oh, but that part's really good, and that part's really good, and that part, I guess I love it, you know. And you end up like with this song that if it came on the radio, you would turn it off because you've heard it so many times. But then you're like, but it is still the best song on the album, or the second best song on the album. So, and apparently... they weren't going to do this song, but in the end they decided to, so they saved it for the end. So it was funny. I definitely had a little bit, knowing about that story, and like he had to save his voice. We were recording vocals, and I said, like, I got to save my screams for the end, you know, because I wouldn't have much left, but I had to leave enough also to talk to you guys. But I thought of that. He apparently was kind of fighting a cold, and in the end he took his shirt off at the very end of the 13 hours just to sing this. And apparently this was take 1, and then he was done, but they did another take, but no one's ever heard it. Maybe Chris and Joe can sneak into the archives and let us hear take 2 if we're feeling nice, right?
Sneaky.
But it is in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I like Ferris Bueller.
It's one of maybe my favorite movie when I was a kid. It takes place in Chicago, where I was born. And I don't even think of it as being in that movie, even though it is. And apparently McCartney did not like what they did with it because they put horns on top, and he didn't like it. He didn't like the Ruddles either, so come on.
Well, of course McCartney doesn't like it.
Right.
Like,
I love the Ruddles.
I love the Ruddles more than the Beatles, but that's a whole other podcast.
I like the part where they pretend to be the Beatles, like... Yeah,
that's the whole thing.
I like
that's the deal with
that's the best bit.
The best bit is where they pretend to be the Beatles.
Oh yeah, that was my favourite.
Right?
Bit,
it's a bit of a hidden bit, you know. You don't really notice it. It's very subtle.
Right.
It's very subtle.
That's right.
Frank, you're number 2.
Wait, no. So anyway, not that there's much more, but it gave the Beatles their first American chart hit in a long time because of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is nice. The ending is amazing, where when they do the Shake It Babies, it's just amazing. His voice is incredible. Even though I remember reading somewhere, because everyone's like, oh, it's the best vocal ever, and then someone's saying, yeah, listen to Money, and then listen to Twist and Shout, and tell me what's better. And it's like, ooh, maybe, but no, it's so good. Anyway, that's my number 2. Okay, Frank, what's your number 2?
There's a Place.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good.
I don't know what else I can say, really.
We said it all. Next.
I don't know. It sounds great. You know, it's almost that kind of... It's not microtonal, but that kind of sound that comes from the harmonica, and then, you know, the way that kind of bridge sounds. It sounds great, and it could be my number 1, but, you know, all around great song. Really like the arrangements, really like the way that they all sound on it, really like the instruments. It's pure genius, but, you know, so one other song has to take the place. So.
Don't
George?
Number 2.
Dad, you're not gonna like this. Misery. I find it very relatable. I find it very relatable.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What do you mean? It speaks to you.
Yes.
It does.
And also I like the guitar. And I like the vocals and the bass going like dun 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 dun. I think it goes like that. Does it go like that? I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I like
That's
Misery.
amazing because when I started this, I always thought, I wonder if there will ever be a time when one person has a song at their worst and another person has it as their favorite, and you almost did it. You were at number 2. It's pretty close.
Was number
pretty
14 for Misery?
Me.
And me.
Was Misery number 14 for both of you?
Yeah. That doesn't mean you're wrong and we're right, but we're right.
There's a right opinion.
You know what? It might be an old person thing because our tour manager, same, we listened to it to study, and he said, no, it's the worst one.
Yeah, it's interesting because I did used to like it when I was younger. I covered it. Yeah.
Interesting.
It was originally written for Helen Shapiro, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whoa, gosh, what have you done to these kids? That's amazing.
Helen Shapiro.
She's your aunt.
Oh,
Remember Aunt Helen?
I thought my aunt was called Sally and Alina.
You can have more than 2 aunts. All right, here we go.
Shout out to
Here we go. Can we have a drum
Number
roll?
1.
Number 1 for me, There's a Place.
Yeah, good one.
There is a place where I can go when I feel low, when I feel blue, and it's my mind, and there's no time when I'm alone.
Again, before Adam kindly asked me to do this, I would never have just thrown it out there and said it was my favourite song on there, but I've really given the album another listen with an old man's ears.
Yes.
And I just think it's beautiful, and I think it's definitely for me the most complicated but of all the songs in terms of the harmonies and the way the vocals play off one another, and Adam touched on it earlier on, and I'm gutted because I wanted to say it. But yeah, the Brian Wilson In My Room thing.
Which one came first, do you know? Probably Beatles. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they're not. It's not like they're completely together, but they just come from the same place. They come from There's a Place.
There's a place.
Yeah, I just love it. I mean, I never knew it was my favourite from this album until I was kindly asked to do this, and I've been really thoroughly enjoyed doing it. And yeah, it's my number 1. I just think it's a great song, and the vocals on it are wonderful, and there is some sort of strangeness going on with the harmonies.
Yeah.
And I think, Adam, you said there's quite a lot of outtakes of this one. I think while they're trying to get it right, you know, and I can understand because it's quite complicated what is going on. To my silly ears, anyway, it's quite complicated what they're doing with some of the harmonies and stuff. But an absolutely beautiful song and really atmospheric as well.
Yeah, just a great song. That's my number 1.
Nice.
Well,
Okay.
do you know what? I was just going to say that... okay, I forgot what I was going to say.
We're leaving that in. Okay, my number 1. Again, I was surprised. I didn't think this was going to be my number 1. But then again, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe There's a Place was going to be my number 1. Just when I had to not look at the track list. My number 1 is I Saw Her Standing There. And
I saw
you know that one? Yeah, so definitely a case of like, I've heard it a million times. I'm in a band where we dress up as old men and we sing She Was Just 70, if you know what I mean. And so I've played this one, and it's really fun to play. But I didn't think, gosh, this is so amazing. It's fun to play, but man, you're totally right about the way it comes in, the way it opens an album.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's the best 1, 2, 3, 4 ever, and they're just in hand claps. That's an extra bit of production. I don't think that the Beatles ever had a hand clap guy on stage. Did they? Clarence? Wasn't he the hand clapper?
Yeah, Clarence, the police officer.
Right. But yeah, and I also wrote down how it's just insane that he can play and sing it at the same time. It's funny because I have a friend named Jeff who I knew when I lived in the Bay Area many years ago. That's near San Francisco. And he had a song in his band with my roommate, and he played this complicated thing to me and sang. And I was, how do you do that? And he said, no, like, you know what's really hard? Come As You Are by Nirvana. Try playing that and singing.
Exactly.
It's simple to play. It's simple to sing, but it's one of those like rub your tummy.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that band, Nirvana?
I can rub my belly and tap my head though, but I can't play Come As. I find it really hard to do that.
Right.
Like sing Come As You Are.
Yeah.
I knew we'd get it
If you
onto there
practice.
eventually.
Yeah, I found it very hard to do that when I'm just sitting by myself using my sister's guitar because my guitar, one of the strings broke. Dad, do you mind fixing that over the weekend?
Yes. Okay. We'll work on that.
Yeah, just playing that in my room.
Nice. The solo is pretty good, pretty nifty.
Yeah.
But if you listen to different live takes,
Yeah.
every time he plays it differently.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Do you know when he played it? Hey. Wait, what are we talking about?
I don't know. Was that Hot by The Cure?
No, I'm trying to reach this.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right. That is one of the solos he messes about with, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
Interesting. You don't think of him as like such an incredible player when he was that young that he could do that, but he does. Like just find any version. And I think you were talking about a version. Oh, it was Boys, where he's just beating the crap out of it. There's their first kind of big concert in America was in Washington D.C. So
that's the one where they turn the stage around.
Yeah, because they didn't have a road. So ridiculous. But there's a couple on that, and I can't remember what the other one is. But this is one where he's just bashing. He is so hitting, and it's just awesome. You can tell they're just like so energized by being in America and playing for that crowd, and he's killing, slaying. Okay, so that's my number one. Frank, I'm ready for yours.
Oh, did I say it?
No.
Oh, well, I saw her standing there.
Ah.
Can't say much more that you guys have already said. It's just that 1, 2, 3, 4 that kind of kicks it off. One of the best album openers. I mean, there's a few good ones, but that's up there.
You can name one other. Frank, like me, loves to make lists, and I was your idea. So what's the first one you think of offhand, besides this one?
Maybe All I Want by Joni Mitchell. That's got to be up there.
Wow, my gosh, amazing.
I don't.
Or
all I know is Big Yellow Taxi.
That's a good one. Everything in Its Right Place. Radiohead.
A good album opener.
I think it's really important, isn't it? Sequencing and like setting the tone of the album and getting you excited for the rest of the tracks.
It's also the beginning of the Beatles. You know? That's the first.
Also,
it's an introduction, and I guess it ends on. Well, not technically because of Let It Be and all of the other albums, but it ends on the end, kind of, you know?
Yeah.
That's interesting, it's from the,
what I mean?
energetic 1, 2, 3, 4 to the love you make is equal to the love you take.
Usually with some albums, it starts off kind of like simple, like I'm going to use Nevermind as a demonstration.
Shocking.
Or that one Velvet Underground, the Banana Velvet Underground album, where it starts off kind of like soft, and also kind of please me. It starts no, it doesn't.
I lost where I was going there.
Yeah.
Tell me this though. What's your favorite song on Please Please Me?
Favorite song? In 3, 2, I can't count. Please twist and shout. Oh, that rhymes. Next song.
Poet, didn't even know it.
That's right.
Well, shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout. Come on, baby, now. Come on, baby. Come on and work it on out. Work it on out.
Why do you like that song? Why?
I like the raspiness. I like the rawness. I like how John Lennon just screams into the mic. I like that. That's nice. I like when people
Very
scream
raspy,
into the mic.
kind of, because his voice was all messed up from doing all of that. So
Yeah.
That was me right before you guys walked in and hand clapped all over my raspiness in this amazing studio.
Oh, God.
Gosh, you guys.
Before this, when we hand clapped, we used a Beatles mic, I think.
That's right. I think several of the microphones that we used were Beatles microphones. And the toilet. Don't forget.
Beatles toilet.
Yeah, Beatles toilet.
I
And,
peed where John Lennon peed.
that's right. The exact same stall. There's a plaque over it.
John Lennon peed her.
That's right. And that's it. That's Please Please Me. Thank you so much, you guys, for being my first guest. This has been an
Honored to be
idea.
here.
Yeah.
Honestly, here.
I'm honored to be here with
You're in
the actual
great studio
Merretts.
of Abbey Road.
The actual Merretts that are on myancestry.com. What?
Adam, I just want to thank you on behalf of myself and my two boys.
I'm excited. I told
And I hope
my
we pass the audition. No, I just, I've had a great time doing this, and
Me
it's
too.
made me re-evaluate an album which I thought I knew absolutely inside out, and I've listened to it completely differently, and I've thoroughly enjoyed my week of listening to Please Please Me again.
Yeah.
And it's been really, really good fun, and I can't wait to hear the rest of the series.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to listen to it the rest of the series all the way through.
I can't wait to hear it because you were the first, and I don't even know who's next, but I guess maybe next week we're going to hear Blobbity Blah and Blobbity Blah talk about With the Beatles, whoever
Next
it
we're
is.
going to hear
Who's going to be it?
Ringo Starr and
I will-
Ringo
Paul
in.
McCartney.
Okay.
Get Ringo and Paul McCartney.
Oh, that sounds like a good second episode. I don't know. You guys are kind of a hard act to follow. But,
Yeah.
so thanks for coming. Thanks to Charlotte for thinking up that in the Quarrelmen. Great name, right? But we'll fade up something here and we'll talk about our website or something. I don't know when it's going to be, but thanks you guys for being our first ones. And thanks again to Chris.
Thank you.
You can go home now.
Can I say thank you to those guys in there who's recording it? You guys are very good at recording stuff. Yeah.
Well, hopefully they pressed record and we didn't do this for nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, you guys. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Please subscribe, rank, and review our show. Tell a friend or send us a note to wewillrankyoupod@gmail.com. That's our flagship podcast you should check out because there are other bands, you know. If you like our show, then you'll love all the fun stuff we post on our social media, so follow us at Quarrelmen Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads to let us know what your most loved and least favorite songs are. And in the end...